We've got a very special motorcycle run this coming week. We are joined in studio by driver in the sport trucks down at Seekonk Speedway, Darryl Church, and his wife Judy. They are here to talk about the 6th annual Officer and Army Vet Brian McSharry Scholarship Motorcycle Run, which takes place this coming Sunday, September 22nd, at the Whitman VFW in Whitman, 95 Essex Street, from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Looking at the route, they start over at the VFW, make their way over into Hanson, down 58 into Halifax, up 106 into East Bridgewater, and back over to the Whitman VFW. So first and foremost, welcome. Very special event coming up this weekend. And obviously, for the folks who are listening who know Seekonk Speedway, Darryl, you run at in the sport trucks on Saturday night. So first and foremost, favorite question we like to ask: how'd you catch the racing bug?
I caught the racing bug from a friend of mine. His name's John Dumas. He had a couple of cars, and I got involved in it. And I was on the crew with him, and it just they found a car for me and just took off, and that was it. It was in the Formula 4 divisions. Then I went from Formula 4s to the trucks, and that's where I've ever been. I started back in 1993.
And a win on the season here down at Seekonk this past couple months ago now, a month or so ago.
Yeah, June 29th.
June 29th, yeah. There we go. Your wife, Judy, welcome aboard, Judy, as well. And so let's talk a little bit about the 6th annual run. First and foremost, tell us about your son, Brian.
Brian was 24 years old. He suffered a heart attack during the night, and he had an enlarged heart, and he passed away in his sleep. He was in the Army Reserve. He served overseas, and he was a Brockton police officer, and he died at 24.
So the 6th annual run. Last year we had you on, actually the show just before us, the JV team, to talk about the run. But for those folks who might be interested in coming out on Sunday, tell us a little bit about the day and the festivities that go on with it.
We have food, burgers, hot dogs, tons and tons of raffles. So they do the bike run, they come back, we eat, then we do the raffles, we have a DJ, and a lot of fun for the kids.
And $20 a person, children 12 and under are free. I mentioned, the route, obviously. How many people do you normally expect or get at the event?
We get anywhere from I would say anywhere from 50 to 100.
Not bad.
We do all right.
Not bad, and it's out at the outside pavilion, I would assume.
Yes, it is outside.
Excellent.
And we give a scholarship to a Brockton High student. If he's going to criminal justice, we give him a scholarship towards it.
Excellent. So it sounds like it's going to be a really busy day and a great day. So here's the real question. You're on 4 wheels on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Are you on 2 wheels on Sunday?
No, I don't do the bike run. I have to stay back and help her.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, should be a good time. Yep. So anything else folks should know about this event? I know there's a link on Facebook, which we've shared out as well. Yep. Anything that I'm missing that we can certainly plug away at for Sunday?
No. You've covered basically everything. I would appreciate it. If everyone would come, we would really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm planning on being there. I told you the other day, you want to talk about a perfect storm. Sunday, I think I have 5 different events to go to. Between obviously going to start the day, I think, when the bike run kicks off over there. Then I got an event in East Bridgewater. I have 2 events in East Bridgewater, a housewarming party, but certainly first thing on the docket. I will be there, so hope to see many folks who are listening on the airwaves here now. Whitman VFW on Sunday, 9:30 is kickstands up at 9:30, or registration starts at 9:30?
Registration starts at 9:30.
All right, so registration is 9:30 to 11, and then
kickstands up at
11:30.
Yep.
All right, so that's a good one, and I'm going to make sure I take a picture of the flyer before we jet out of here later on. Mm-hmm. But let's turn the page here now, and let's talk a little bit about your season so far down at Seekonk. tell us how everything, all things considered, has been, and what you've been. Good.
It's been a pretty good year this year. I have a better year than last year. Like last year, I didn't have the win. This year, I have the win. It's a little bit up and down. The truck is like a miniature late model. I mean, you put a wrench into it, and you churn this, you churn that. That little bit in the truck, it just changes it totally. So I've had a couple of rough weeks right now. I came in 7th this past weekend, so we're doing pretty good. I think we're going in the right direction right now. Just over this week, a couple of days now, I made some changes to it for this coming weekend. Hopefully, we have the coming weekend. We're not sure. It don't look too good. But I did some changes to it. I think it's going to help. I noticed a couple of things that was wrong with it when I was looking at it up in the gun. I don't have a garage. My garage is my driveway. So I was looking at it, and I'm like, it was the springs in the front. They just didn't look right. So a good friend of mine, Jimmy Kuhn, he takes care of all us guys at the track. He's a great guy. It's called Jimmy Kuhn Motorsports, and he gives me all the stuff for the truck. And I went over there, explained it to him what was wrong. He told me, here, try this and do this, and we'll see what we can do if we go back Saturday.
So this is a first too. We've never had a racing spouse on the show, so I have to take advantage of this, and I just have to ask, as a racing wife, what's it mean for you, whether it be every week at the track or occasionally at the track? What do you enjoy most about being at the track? I put her on the spot. I should have forewarned you. I'm sorry, Judy, but it's radio.
No, what it really is she doesn't get her kitchen cabinets because she needs a motor or a set of tires.
I don't go every weekend. I have a bad back, so it's kind of tough. But I like just going at the start finish and watching it. When it doesn't do good, well, I know it's not a good night.
So,
you could probably tell by his mood when he walks in, right? Whether you win or not. You got to be a true racer because he doesn't have a garage. He works on his car on the driveway, so that's a true racer. And but it's fun. I'm sure but it also gives kind of gives you a little break though from each other. I mean, just because your husband races, it's kind of like pro baseball players. Why would their wives want to go to every game? I mean, that's his life.
Right.
You have your life. You can share it. That's great. But you got to have a little stuff. It's nothing. No, don't get me. It's great if you want to be involved in every moment of it and together. But there's nothing wrong with having that little separation because when the time together is probably more special, and then especially when she's at the races,
Yep.
Because being that we're guys and being around race cars, I know how our language can be sometimes.
No, I've never heard a swear at the racetrack.
Not that they haven't, but still, we were raised correctly. So
no, I appreciate when she's there because she, she cheers us on. Me and my team, our team is called DNA Motorsports, and with her being there, I love it.
Yeah. Do you get time to ride a motorcycle at all in your free time? Are you a rider?
No, I'm not a rider.
No, just okay.
No, we get this. When we first started doing it, we used to do a walk run. They would run at DW Fields Park in Brockton.
Oh yeah.
And it started getting too small. So the bike club offered us we'll do this for you. How about if we do a bike run, and that will help out to do the race for the money. I said, yeah, that sounds good. So we ended up doing that.
I love it.
I mean, if I had a bike, I'd have a trike. I'd like to have a
all right. I love it.
She told me I can't have it yet until I sell the truck.
To kind of talk about your son, what was some of his interest in hobbies? I mean,
oh God, he loved racing.
Okay,
he loved football. Football and hockey was his best thing.
Demolition Derby.
Huh?
Demolition Derby.
Oh, he loved the demolition. Yeah, he did demolition derbies all the time.
Yeah,
he did the one here in Marshfield.
The old Brockton Fair ones too. Sure, right.
Yep.
Back in the day when we were younger.
He loved to work out. I mean, it would shock you that he had this heart attack because the kid was in excellent shape.
Well, we were talking before the show. Mm-hmm. When I read the flyer, I looked right up. I said, 24?
Yeah.
Is that correct? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, you look like a handsome young man in shape and everything. And the photo.
Shape.
And that's why I say, kind of like personalize who he was. I mean, we can say a name, but what was his interest? What, some of the things you did growing up. Did you have brothers and sisters also?
He had a sister. We have it's my daughter Cassandra.
Okay.
And they got along good.
Great.
She misses him daily.
Was he the oldest or the youngest?
He was the youngest.
He was the baby brother.
He was, yep.
Yeah, wow. So, that's...
And what's crazy now is we have a granddaughter and a grandson. The grandson, I can hear him upstairs. You swear it's my son.
Yeah.
They're so much alike.
Now, were you racing when he was still with us?
Yes.
Did he help with you on the car and stuff?
He came to the track with me, yep.
That had to be real tough.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice, to find out about this young man, and then you're in here tonight to talk about your racing and people who listen to us. And but yeah, so when did you start racing now? What year?
I started in 93.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been there a while.
A long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've been doing the trucks ever since. I did 1 year of the Sports 4s, and then now I've been in the trucks ever since.
Was the old street stocks around back then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those were, I remember in the 80s going there. Those cars, I don't know, they look kind of dangerous,
They've improved a lot now.
Yeah, Today, the Sportsman, I think, was the old Charger division.
Now it's the Sportsman now.
Right,
That's what they call the street stock.
Right.
Even the trucks now. I had my truck professionally built up in Maine at Crazy Horse Racing. So it's not like before you would take a Ranger or a Chevy S10, you would make it out of that. No more. They're all tube chassis now.
And I noticed, obviously, all the head restraints, the seats today.
Yep.
They look and quite frankly, some of the best racing I was there is the trucks. They come out at 7 o'clock for the feature, and they put on a good show.
Yeah,
so
fun.
We'll obviously touch upon the weekend of racing. Jerry D. Gasperi Jr. coming up with us here in a couple of minutes, and Darryl's going to stick around. Judy's going to stick around, and we're going to have a little bit of fun here talking with Jerry D. But Darryl, one final plug for you for the racing aspect side of things. Talk to us about some of the people who are on the truck and help you week in and week out at the racetrack.
I have Adam Giacomosi, Nick Wood, Nick Ritchie, Jared, of course my grandson Trey, Alan Barr, Joey Gardner. They come every week, and I appreciate it so much. And on my for my sponsors, Budget Drains and Chris Harvey Incorporated.
Excellent.
They've been with me for like 5 years now, and I appreciate everything they do for me.
Excellent. Driver of the number 4 truck in the sport trucks down at Seekonk Speedway Saturday nights. A win in the season in the books this season. I can talk. I'm all tongue twisted tonight. But we're obviously going to still talk about the 2024 season here in a couple of minutes, so we'll get some plugs in, talk to you more about that as we talk with Jerry D as well.